I'm going to be helping this SMMA owned by Suk Bains get more booked appointments live. And this is actually an example of someone who's running ads that work, because his main thing that's really great over here is his creatives. They're really fire. So with that said, there's some stuff that isn't going too great either, because here's the thing. The facts are that every single one of these videos are different, but the ad copy is all the same. Now, here's the thing. Maybe these ads have worked before, but there's a lot of juice that could be squeezed out of the lemon that are these creatives if we actually tested different ads. And the headlines that he's going after is really the same one. It's like, get this guaranteed 20 to 30 new patients in 30 days, no long-term contracts, right? It's the same headline everywhere. And here's the thing with ads, there's more than one headline that you could use out there. Definitely more than one, right? There could be headlines that are a bit more indirect, like dentists, are you making this mistake? Or dentists, get more patients without X, Y, Z. There's so many options. And if all we're doing is running one type of copy, one type of headline, guaranteed we're leaving money on the table. Now, here's the thing. That's not even the main stuff that I wanted to suggest over here. Because, a lot of these ads have been running, this one's been running for 20-ish days. A lot of these ads were launched in November. These ones were launched today, actually, in fact. So I'm seeing over here that he's relaunching a bunch of his ads. I mean, again, he's putting in a ton of effort into his creative. So we want to get more juice out of it. And one of the biggest ways that we can get juice out of it as well is by having what you would call a letterbox. So that would be actually by putting a headline right at the top over here as a box that says get 20 to 30 new Invisalign patients, per month, for example, or putting even subtitles at the bottom.
Doc, I've tried everything to get new patients.
Yeah, so this is great, right? Like there's some subtitles over here, but we could have some more text in here that's actually sharing what the headline of this is, because most people will not even watch the entire video before they scroll on. So here's a main suggestion that I want to make, though. Take a look at this. Our boy Suk over here is running messenger ads. Well, actually, they're not messenger ads. Forgive me. They're lead forms. So what that means is that when you click on the Learn More button, you get, or I tested this out on my phone, I get taken to this over here, which asks me, am I a dentist? Now take a look at this. I want to point something out to you, and this is actually going to be my biggest suggestion for this. I say that I'm a dentist, right? Cool. This is where the problem lies. Facebook autofills lead forms with the last information that you put in, or the information that you've signed up to Facebook with. And guess what? I signed up to Facebook with a throwaway email, and the phone number that I fill into forms is usually not a real phone number, because as a marketer, I'm trying to funnel hack, and a lot of people out there as well, they use throwaway phone numbers. Okay, so if you've ever experienced that in your funnel, you're getting a bunch of people that are unqualified, or you can't get in touch with them, or it's a wrong phone number, this is why. Because people that are using their Facebook, they're not using their best information oftentimes. So on social media, there's almost like this weird privacy thing that happens with people, including myself, where I'm like, I don't want to tell this social media platform my real birthday. I don't want to give them my freaking, a lot of people on Facebook don't have their relationship status. A lot of people on Facebook don't have a lot of things that they maybe should. So this is why I discourage lead forms so greatly. And what I instead do for my clients is I create a simple, ugly quiz funnel. That is the key. So here's an example of a client, and really it starts with a logo and then a primary promise or a headline, and then some sort of extra context, and then you have your features or your benefits of your product. This isn't necessary. This is like more of a tech product, but basically what you can do is you just have them then click and then fill out their information. In the case of Suk, they would want to have a few questions in there, like, who are you? I'm a dentist. I work in a dental clinic. I own a dental practice, questions like that. And then another question that we could ask would be something along the lines of, well, how many patients are you seeing right now per month? And you want to actually understand what type of dentist you're getting through. I mean, someone that's only seeing 2-3 patients a month, that's a very different kind of dentist than someone that's seeing like, 60 to 100 patients a month, for example. So we want to ask some of those questions. We want to put that in our quiz, and then we want to put some social proof. And really on the other side of this page, we can then have a calendar booking page so that they can book directly in. Now, these are some of the main things that I suggest for any agency that is trying to get more booked calls. Okay, if you want more booked calls, then this is the kind of funnel that you run. And guys, this company over here, Pulse, I mean, they do millions of dollars a month. A lot of my clients, bigger clients like AT&T, we have some other software companies that we work with. They're doing massive numbers because they have a very simple funnel. And frankly, I'm completely against lead forms. Every time that I've ran ads that were either for lead forms or for messenger, like, hey, DM us, I just got a low quality individual, right? And a big part of the reason why this happens as well is because, when people click through onto a lead form, there's like there's low friction over there. They don't necessarily need to invest a whole bunch of time in order to fill out the form. It's already auto-filled for them, and then usually when they submit and then it redirects, right? I didn't fill out Suk's actual lead form over here because I didn't want to become a fake lead and misdirect over here, and that sucks because then you're paying for it. But basically, it's probably redirecting to some sort of a booking page, and on that booking page, the dentist gets to book in with Suk, right? But guess what? They were on Facebook, they filled out a form on Facebook, and then all of a sudden it's redirecting to some external website. The conversion rate drops greatly versus if they go straight to a landing page and their entire experience after the ad was on the landing page. So I see this all the time whenever I work with clients, that when we eliminate lead forms, we see a much higher quality. Now, here's the thing. When you increase the quality, you may decrease the volume. Makes sense, right? Sometimes you got to sacrifice volume for quality. But if that's an equation that makes sense, because at the end of the day, look, here's the crazy thing. A lot of agency owners think to themselves, oh, well, I'm getting like $60 leads. Okay, if that's expensive for you or cheap for you, I don't know what industry you're in, but just bear with me on the example over here. If you're paying $60 a lead and then it's taking you, let's say, 10 leads before you get to a qualified leads. Guess what your actual cost per lead is? It's 600. It's 600 because you're having to get through those 9 other leads that were unqualified to get to this one. It's $600 a lead. Well, guess what? What if you just added extra friction and instead you generated 3 leads, but the 3 leads you generated them at something like $100 or 120 even. You see that? If you generate them at 120 and instead of 1 in 10, you have 1 in 3, well, guess what? 3 times 120, you're actually paying $360 per lead now. That's qualified. Do you see what I'm trying to say over here? Don't get caught up over the lead volume. And, I've seen this time and time again where you have agencies out there that have all these sales reps that they're feeding leads to, and they're like, no, we have to feed them leads and we have to have a CPL that's at this much money. Yet not all sales reps are equal. Let's be honest about that. Not all sales reps are equal. They're not going to produce the same amount of results. And frankly, if you were to increase the quality and therefore drop the lead volume and feed less sales reps but higher quality, their close rates would go up and you'd be able to cut down your sales team. Why wouldn't you want to do that as a business owner? My light that I was using just fell off my desk, and now I'm in the darkness. But you know what? I don't want to leave you in the darkness. Guys, if you want more of my strategies and tactics and principles that I've used to grow my agency past $2.7 million, I've helped 3 other agencies get to multi-7 figures. In fact, one of them almost hit 8 figures and is on track to doing so. If you want my strategies, then join our school community. It's in the comments or in the description. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, hey, we can make that happen as well. Either way, hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you on the next one.